Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is, wherever you are. Welcome on in to Week 5 here of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. This is a matchup in the Open League. Barely Faux Poms, represented by Orange, taking on Team Noble Foxes, represented by HayfieldBay. My name is Westside Vandal. I am here with Rive. How you doing today, Rive?
I'm doing good, and I'm also very confused because Mystery can bring us anything and everything just about. So right now from the screen we see nothing yet because there's no items, so we have no clue, and we'll have to figure it out together with the races. So I'm looking forward to this.
This is a matchup in the Crystal Conference, Ganon's Tower Division. Noble Foxes 21 points, 7-1, tied for first place in the division. Barely Faux Poms 4-4, 12 points. They are in fourth place in the division. So could be some playoff implications to look at here as we get closer to the end of the regular season. Orange, go ahead.
Yeah, wanted to pick on that because Barely Faux Poms is going to have to give it their all for these last couple of weeks because they are they're not that far behind that it's impossible for them to catch up, but Noble Fox is going to do their very best since they are tied for first place to keep their lead because there's one other team in third place right behind them. So they're definitely not going to make it easy on Barely Faux Poms here.
So we are just about ready to get underway here. Any second now. I mistimed that. There we go. Looks like we are going to start off in standard here. So we are going to see the standard opening. And a green rupee.
So standard in itself doesn't tell us a lot yet.
Oh, I missed that map check. Did we happen to see any indicators for... Okay, no map shuffle, according to math. It was a bit quicker than I was on the draw there. And it looks like all three of our Light World dungeons were crystals. Ooh! Goal here.
Well, of all the weapons to get, that is definitely a nice one.
Now, the fact that we didn't see map information does not mean that the other keys aren't shuffled. As long as I can't remember the exact scenario, but dungeon items can be shuffled individually in this version of the randomizer. So we could potentially see small keys and whatnot shuffled.
If we are indeed in the standard setup, then there's about a 60% for each of those dungeon items to be shuffled. So multiple can be shuffled, while also only one or none or all can end up being anywhere.
find out here. We'll easily be able to find out if the keys are shuffled right now, because we're going to need to find that small key to Hyrule Castle somewhere in these next couple of chests, because we are in standard, and then we will get the big key to this dungeon. So if we see a pop-up for either of those, we will know that the either small keys or big key or both are shuffled into the item pool. Ooh, early bottle, that's always nice. So we are going to see the... Oh wait, no, we can still see it in the Dark Cross, that's right.
And a key that drops there gives the message, but a key that you pick up from an enemy is, of course, without a message, even if it's swapped.
Yep. Keys that drop from enemies are always well, in league play anyway, are always going to be to their dungeon. No message from that big key, so big keys are not shuffled, and neither are small keys. So looking like a just kind of bog standard, if you'll excuse the pun, standard seed so far. We didn't see the Enemizer text on the file select screen, so enemies are not shuffled, bosses are not shuffled. Go ahead.
So what's left for the shuffling? I mean, what's left for other randomness that can happen is we can have the fact that we may need to be able to get a fast Ganon. Maybe, I think chat said not all dungeons, or did I misread that? Or maybe a pedestal is the goal. Yeah, so we could still see pedestal goal, we could still see some sort of reduced crystal shenanigans, we could still have an all dungeon seed. I have not seen evidence that this isn't entrance randomizer. That is also still a possibility, yes. And Ganon's tower and Ganon himself can go as low as 3 crystals on a standard setup. The correct
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was about to say, you can actually see evidence of entrance shuffle in a standard. If you try to leave out the exit to where you would normally go to Aga Tower, that would be blocked off if it's entrance shuffle in standard. Only for the nighttime escape sequence. Once you clear Sanctuary, then it returns to the normal map.
And that makes sense, otherwise you could lock yourself out of the escape sequence.
Yep. I don't think we saw either runner do that, so...
No, they didn't go all the way there, so we didn't really see it. So the 3 main categories in these mystery weeks are entrance changes, normal, or Triforce Hunt. Now we already know it's not Triforce Hunt, because there would be a counter.
Yep. Alright. Nobody having too much issue with the keys there. We did also get some bombs, so we'll be able to check back to escape here on our way out. Chat is correct. This could also potentially be swordless.
I'm gonna have to do a bit of a wait and see on that.
Yeah, I was about to say, the earliest possibility we have to check that is going to be probably Skull Woods. Alrighty. A 6-minute escape by both runners, not bad at all.
Yeah, they went through there very in sync and very fast. So, I have a question. Can you see any sign of inverted? If it's, oh wait, no, if it's inverted, there can't be a standard. Those lock each other out. Never mind, I answered my own question.
Looks like, yeah, unless we got insanely lucky with some of our entrance choices, it does not look like this is entrance shuffle.
Well, the only entrance they've really seen so far is the Sanctuary entrance, so I think we're safe on the entrance shuffle part. That's not.
Well.
I spoke too soon. Okay, so that's where Ganon is.
And I also want to note, HayfieldBay went into Lumberjack at the same time, and that was Vanilla Lumberjack. Oh my goodness. Well,
so it looks like it is. It looks like it is simple. Or what's this called? Or is it crossed? I'm not entirely too sure about this, and HayfieldBay's gonna find out about Ganon now as well.
Smart. I bet you didn't know you can't this is actually smart by Hayfield. Oh wait, Ganon doesn't call you a dingus. Wait a second. Ganon went with his regular text. Doesn't he usually call you a dingus if you're not supposed to be there?
No, there's a specific reason when he calls you a dingus. I'm gonna try and remember why.
Matt saying he doesn't call you a dingus until phase 4 for if you haven't actually completed your goal yet. Actually, no, chat's backing me up. They say it's 0 fast Ganon. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Chat's saying he will tell you if you still have to complete your goal if you drop in on him and your goal isn't complete yet. So, this is a 0 crystal fast Ganon seed. Woo!
Wasn't I talking about that just before the race, saying that that's possible, although very unlikely? There's actually a 2% chance, as far as I understand, 2% chance for Ganon to require 0 crystals.
So, what we need is the Master Sword and the Lamp, technically, are the only 2 items we need for this seed. Granted, our runners are probably going to want to get at least some form of safety, whether that be, you know, a potion, more health, something. I doubt our runners actually want to do 3-heart green mail Master Sword Silverless Ganon, but...
And that just proves it shows us that it's crossed, because the only entrance shuffling we have is either simple or crossed, and in simple, Death Mountain entrances stay on Death Mountain, and we just had Hookshot Cave there, which is of course in the Dark World, in Saha's huts.
See here. Oh, Chad also pointing out there's a very rude possibility that it's 7-0 and 3 of our swords are in Kent's Tower.
I mean, the situation we have is already so crazy that that's just rude.
Only works if Gan's Tower is vanilla like Sanctuary, though. This is true. All right, chess game for HayfieldBay here. Just a little love.
Of course, having to go into every single door because you never know where each one leads.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Mystery Mode, folks. Alright, so we find Thieves' Hideout here, which is just hiding a piece of heart. Find Hammer Cave, and Storyteller Room.
Okay, so I just found some information, and it says that he calls you a dingus if it's defeat Ganon and not fast Ganon. So, are we sure that it's a 0 crystal fast Ganon?
Yes, because he started in with his fact.
And not saying you need this many more crystals.
Yeah, or you haven't completed your goal yet. So yeah, the fact that he gave his fun fact, which is, you know, you can't hum what with your nose closed, I believe it was, means that this is a 0 crystal crystal vulnerable fast Ganon.
some gloves there for Orange in the Waterfall Fairy Cave.
Which was
In the
library. Nice.
And the Smith House brings us to. That's the mimic. No, that was behind Hookshot, right? That leads to the floating island normally.
Useless fairy. The waterfall in the library. What is this? Daguerreau from Final Fantasy IX? Fire Rod in Waterfall, or in Pyramid Fairy.
This is Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, how crazy.
In the bomb shack in Kakariko.
Getting some Final Fantasy IX references from you and from Chad. I was not expecting this.
Well, I mean, Orange is using the Freya sprite, so...
Fair. We had a book there in Meyer's Shed. Which is in... What house is that? Oh, that's Zicket House, isn't it?
I'll look when Orange comes out of it. Yeah, that's a kid. Yeah. This is already a wild start to week 5 here in the Open League. The very first seed of Open Week, Mystery Week here in the Open League, we hit the 2% chance of a 0 crystal fast Ganon. Wow.
Well, 2% has
for
0 crystal. Sorry, go ahead.
Hayfield emptied their bottle of the B that it came with, only to get a B+ from the fairy there. Could turn that into the bottle vendor and have enough to do Zora.
If he makes his way up, all the way up there, yeah. It feels to me like it's a bit out of the way, though.
Well, I mean, it wasn't too much of a walk. He was still in Kakariko.
I mean, yeah, the bottle vendor, sure, of course, but I mean Zora.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Now, within entrance randomizer, there's a 60% chance of it being fast Ganon. It's really skewed in that direction. And they want to make it possible for Ganon to be at 0 crystals, but they really didn't want to make it happen too often, but here we are.
Yep. Orange goes ahead and cashes in that B+ for 100 rupees there. Alrighty. So it is good that we have that that bottle as well. As Chad pointing out, that bottle does give us some peace of mind if they find the potion shop for magic and or health refill.
Can you tell me what happens if we are in a swordless mode, though? How do you defeat Ganon then?
You have to get the hammer, and you have to hit the what would normally be something you would spin through, because the sword spin has a hitbox for the entire animation. You have to hit with the hammer, and you have to hit a 2-frame window with that hammer 12 times per phase. Yeah, it's not pretty.
It's not. It doesn't look very good then. Well, we're still in the phase that we don't know if it's gonna be swordless or not, because neither player has found any of them yet, and they're now just mimicking the checks that each of them has already done.
Chat talking about the frame window for silverless hits on Ganon, and regardless, it's a really small number that is really annoying to hit with the hammer repeatedly. So
yeah, 3 frames is what, 1/20th of a second?
yeah, about there. Ganon is in the Thieves' Hideout in Lost Woods.
Yeah, we weren't sure if it was randomized. The entrances were randomized yet, and then somebody drops in on Ganon, so that just instantly told us what was what.
HayfieldBay now heading down to South Shore here. We'll see what shenanigans are going on down here. Yeah. And it was interesting to see kind of lulled us into a false sense of security. Because both Sanctuary and Lumberjack were vanilla. And then all of a sudden, one of our runners dropped into the Lost Woods Thieves hideout. No, hi Gannon, how you doing, buddy?
Did I just see Swamp Palace in the Lightworld Dam?
You did, yes.
That's so weird, though.
Yeah, I actually, it didn't even register as wrong to me until you said something just now, to be honest with you.
I was like, that look makes sense, but something's off here. But so, how do you get the item outside of dam?
Once you find the dam lever, phrasing. Once you've pulled the lever, that item just stays there permanently until you go to pick it up.
Okay, so you can get.
Likewise, once you've pulled the lever once, swamp itself will stay flooded forever.
Good to know. Very convenient, I guess. Now there we see the vanilla lumberjack cave on Orange's side, which is why we were so confused, because HayfieldBay checked that earlier and it was not expected.
So HayfieldBay, meanwhile, while we were talking about Swamp and whatnot, has found Palace of Darkness and is doing a little bit of exploring.
Additionally, because this is crossed, it is possible, if you have a multi-entrance dungeon, that one entrance is in the light world and the other is in the dark world. As far as I've seen, we haven't had that happen yet, so the players have stayed in the light world. But if that happens, then we could see them make a quick dark world check. A map check, I mean.
Orange checking light side Hype Cave and finds Paradox Cave. Hayfield happened to take a death warp here because they reached the hammer required portion of Palace of Darkness, and deciding, you know what, we'll come back later. Chat pointing out that because we did not actually find any small keys in the front of Palace of Darkness, this is beatable logic, which means we actually don't have to go back to Palace of Darkness, because there's nothing there for us.
Yeah, so actually that's another one that's really low chance. I think it's only 10% chance for beatable logic to be a thing. This is the game of low chances.
Hammer!
So, swordless?
We don't know yet.
I mean, if it's swordless, it's a 10% chance for swordless, which is crazy enough as it is. There's the lower chance of being Enter Shuffle, with it being 0 crystals, with standard.
Sanctuary is in the desert spot.
Wow.
Yikes. Oh, yeah. We still have not confirmed if it's swordless or not. We need to find Ice Palace, or the back of Skull Woods, or if we can get up to the gateway to Aghanim Tower somehow. The barrier, if the barrier's there, that confirms we can find swords.
Of course, the back end of Skull Woods could be anywhere.
So HayfieldBay has found Paradox Cave, is about to receive their hammer. And Orange is going to find Palace of Darkness here and see that it's beatable logic.
Chat pointing out that you could indeed just go to Ganon and hit him with a hammer and see if it works.
So there's Hayfield's hammer. Oh, chat is pointing out Orange just kind of mashed through the text boxes on Ganon. Orange may not know that this is a zero fast Ganon.
If that's the case, that puts him at a serious disadvantage because he might be looking for more stuff than he really needs to.
Oh, HayfieldBay took an exit that leaves him in Dark World without a way to get back. Yeah, confirming 0 crystals to beat Ganon. Woo!
Yeah, there's not that much he can do there in his bunny form.
Yeah. Wow, this is a C.
Now, since it's fast Ganon, he should be able. There should have been a hole on top of the pyramid.
Not quite, because this is shuffled entrances. That you the pyramid hole will never be open.
Okay.
Unless you actually beat Aghanim 2. So the only way to tell if it's fast Ganon in an entrance seed is to go to Ganon and see if he gives you the proper text.
If he calls you a dingus or not.
Yeah. Alright. The Orange doing a little bit more walking around here in Palace of Darkness. Oh. Ooh. Orange found a key. Hold on a minute here. Oh, because Hayfield came here first before they found their hammer.
You're absolutely right.
That puts the ability to be here in logic. But unfortunately...
And a mini Moldorm cave we can find.
The West entrance of Hyrule Castle. I will point out an interesting decision by Orange here. At the fire rod, could have chose to face left or right, depending on which door they went into, and fired a shot to be able to see here, but just decided to just do it in the dark anyway, because why not? Gets a small key and a map for their trouble. And there's another key there. Did find the big key. I'm not sure. Oh, doesn't want to do Dark Maze, more than likely. Oh, they've got a hammer jump. Okay. Checks coming from Hayfield here. We do find King's Tomb, which has 10 arrows. Another key in Dark Maze. Orange making good use of bombs here to mark their pathway through the maze. A small key and a compass in Dark Maze. Oh no.
And I think that was probably an intentional death warp to get easily out of the Dark Maze.
It was, yes. Oh, Orange.
So we're gonna see him.
Is Orange gonna go try and do Helmassar?
I think so, yeah. I think we're about to go see him as well as what I was about to say. I think he's gonna make his way to the end because I think we are still missing something, an item.
Didn't quite get that bomb far enough there. Whoop. And HayfieldBay has found the potion shop. That's going to be important. Gives him the ability to buy a potion, which will give him backup for what is very likely to be a very low percent Ganon fight.
Strangely enough, once they find their weapon, it's going to be higher percentage than a lot of the runs we've seen last week already.
excuse me, points out in chat, we still haven't seen all of Hyrule Castle. Still some entrances we can go through there. Hayfield now checking eastern area here. Finds Hookshot Cave, which, well, we can't really do anything with. No boots, no hookshot.
Even that bonkable just being out of reach.
Wow, Orange is going for it.
Yup. And we're gonna see here the engines of Eastern Battles. Where does that actually lead? I don't think we know yet.
We do not. We do not know, in fact. Hayfield is the first one to come over here. So... just a fairy fountain.
Of course.
We also do not have Moon Pearl. So, oh, Hayfield, don't be doing what I think you're doing, but, because yes, we can technically go to the Palace of Darkness area right now and check a few entrances, but Kiki will not give you the time of day if you're a bunny. Oh, there's
a cave there, though.
Yeah.
Which
is
not rewarded. Oh, I mean, I guess a bomb refill is useful. Yeah, to confirm in chat, we do not have confirmation if it's swordless or not.
Alrighty. We find silvers here. I mean, accurate. Let's see here. So Orange taking on Helma's Arcane. We'll see if Helma has something for us today. Hayfield, meanwhile, gonna go ahead and go to what usually is the Dark Old Man, the Old Man Rescue, is just a fairy fountain. Orange just about done with this Helmasaur fight? Question mark. There we go.
Yeah, just need that one last arrow in the head.
And that's going to be Poms. Welp!
Hey, who knows? Maybe there is an item, there's swords that they need, or an item they need to get to swords in Ganon's Tower. We do not know at what amount of crystals Ganon's Tower will open up, so there's hey, maybe it's not a waste of time with that getting that crystal.
And we'll tell. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what next for our runners here? HayfieldBay back in Lost Woods. Oh no!
We're gonna get the hammer check. We're gonna get the hammer check. So if he can hurt Ganon with the hammer, we will know if it is swordless or not.
Thinking about it. Thinking about it. He can! It's swordless!
So now all he has to do is actually get the kill. No, is he getting out? No, he's continuing.
He's gonna try. he's gonna go to phase 4, attempt to get to phase 4 here and get the Silver's hand. This is insane.
And now it might actually come down to the fact that Bradley Poms did not see the message because he raced right through it. Making good use of the fact that the hammer hits don't actually push you back.
Does have to use up that blue though, is still on green mail, so any sort of interaction with anything Ganon can do hurts a lot. Does get to phase 3 though, so we are about to see ourselves a Silver's Hint. Oh my goodness, this is coming. I'm pretty sure the weights give silvers in swordless, simply because ain't nobody got time for swordless silverless. At a high price, no, it's sword!
So yeah, that money of the B we were talking about earlier, it may be a bit out of the way, but It's gotta be worth it.
Oh my god! Wow! Wow!
And at this point, with that information, HayfieldBay, I feel like it definitely is his race to lose. He's just gonna take a quick teleport here with a fake flipper, most likely.
He still needs about 198 more rupees, though.
Oh, right, he is missing those. Where's he gonna get them?
One of the fairies gives bees if he wants to do that, or just a quick Houlihan, which I think that's the route Hayfield's going to take. He's going to Houlihan here.
Does Houlihan work with with interest randomizer?
Yes. And in fact, we know this because Orange actually Houlihaned earlier.
Oh, yeah, good point, yeah.
So, Orange is fake flippering. We'll see what he does next here. So this is going to give Hayfield enough rupees to go pay off Zora. May also be enough. Nope, it's not going to be enough. I was going to say may also be enough to get a potion, but I'm bad at math.
Did you see there was a shop in the potion shop? But it wasn't a potion shop. He actually... Oh wait, no, he's
Ooh, splash delete.
Still splash delete.
Oh, an attempt was made. Oh.
Did he put down 2 bombs? Because I only saw the... Oh no, yeah, he did definitely put down 2.
Orange doesn't... Orange doesn't know. Orange just did a map check. So, Orange is going to read this and be really confused. Hayfield just going ahead and deciding to check Camper while he's up here. Maybe looking for some more protection. I mean, technically gets more protection in the form of the Fisher-Price shield, but not exactly what we were talking about.
Not really going to help him, no.
I mean, at this point, if you're confident in your hammer Ganon fight, which I mean, obviously Hayfield is because they did the first 3 phases to get the Silver's hint that they're now chasing down. You know, you got to feel like you've got a significant advantage over your opponent at this point, and this isn't that far out of the way, and you might get like another bottle out of it or a blue mail. Even a couple extra hearts would be helpful. Hotel Mario behind the waterfall. Okay then. Okay.
So Orange now in the backside of Desert Palace.
There's an empty bottle on ledge, but I doubt we see Hayfield go for that. And I copy and pasted in chat from my notes what we know about modes so far. And chat pointing out Hayfield won't have any money for potions. Again, one of the fairies does give bees if Hayfield wants to go for that.
He doesn't know that.
Oh, Orange was no, and I think Hayfield was the one that did that.
Chat pointed out earlier, reminding us that it was Orange that did that, as far as I know.
Okay. Okay then. So now HayfieldBay has hammer, has silvers, knows it's a swordless 0 fast cannon, and is going to go start the journey one more time to defeat Ganon with just a hammer and silver arrows. because mystery mode.
And that's the craziness about this mystery week, because you could get races that like this, less than 45 minutes, and then you can have another one that is a crazy setup that forces you to be in here for 3 hours.
Honestly, chat asking if Hayfield can do it when we've seen Hayfield do it just to find out where the hammer was, because Phase 4 is pretty free with the silvers. So
Phase 2 is actually surprisingly easy with a hammer because you don't get pushed back, or he didn't get pushed back when he was hitting it with the hammer. Or what, did he have his back up against the wall then? Because he is getting pushed back now.
Yeah, and then also he did eat a trident to the face. That's 4 hearts of damage right off the bat. So Hayfield's gonna have to be very careful.
Yeah, single fire bat spells the end for him now. He's got his back against the wall so he can easily get all the hammer hits in.
He's gonna have to do some hard jukes here to not get hit by these fire bats. A lot of pause buffering.
But that pause buffering is of course extremely helpful, just step by step, frame by frame. It's the result that matters.
All right. So I do believe Hayfield has done it here. I think we're about to go back to Phase 3 of this fight as soon as these pesky little fire bats get out of here.
Being extra super careful, and there he goes. In the meantime, we're in Turtle Rock. At this point, I really think Orange is going to be very confused when he sees that HayfieldBay has finished. Wondering, what did I miss?
I mean, Hayfield hasn't finished yet, and there's still a chance that Hayfield eats a Ganon hug or something. I mean, it's a very low chance at this point, but it's still one slip up is death here.
Very, very true. But even at that point, he'll just probably try again.
Yeah. This is by no means a free fight. This is one of the more difficult fights to undertake in the game. So...
in the randomized game, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fire bat got extremely close.
Onwards to Phase 3 here. Oh, doesn't quite get the hammer off in time. Has to avoid the ring of fire here.
Having to use the hammer upward makes it such a small hitbox.
There we go. All right. Orange, meanwhile, attempting to check the rest of the Hyrule Castle entrances that we've seen. All right, we are on phase number 4 here for Ganon. HayfieldBay going for the Force Glitch, gets it.
Orange in Hyrule Castle in the meantime. I'm wondering if he, what he's planning on doing here. No, he's just heading right out again.
Oh boy. HayfieldBay does eat a fire hit. Luckily that only does 2 hearts of damage. Alright, there we go. There's 1 hit, there's 2 hits.
Nice double, nice double.
Orange now, in Zora's domain, is going to receive those silvers. Probably about the time Hayfield wraps things up here, which is unfortunate. All right. Oh, didn't quite get the hit off in time. Gonna have to readjust here. There's a torchlight, and Knight's Discretion is the better part of Valor on that one. And that one. Got the hit off in time. There's a single, and that's gonna do it. HayfieldBay just has to survive the most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule. And HayfieldBay will take down this matchup in what was one of the wildest combinations of mystery settings you can possibly get. And it was only the first race of the week. HayfieldBay finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 42 minutes and 21 seconds.
Let's be clear here. This is the chance of getting this setup is extremely low. The odds of getting that again this week, it's very likely that no other team will have this setup this week. But it is possible, and then we have that here on this first match.
I want to check something real quick. Hold on. Who actually typed the command? Math! Math girl, explain yourself.
Did we set up the weights correctly? Was the weight on the Mirror Crystals indeed 2 and not maybe 200?
We are being joined by HayfieldBay here. GG's.
GG, buddy.
GG. Oh my god, what a seed. And I didn't check if it was an entrance scene at the beginning, so I thought it was not, since Sank and Lumberjack was vanilla. So when I dropped into the hole to Ganon and he started talking, I didn't understand anything. Why is he talking?
wait, yeah, like, what are you doing here, Ganon? And then, wait, he's talking at me. Wait a second, that's a fun fact. What?
Yeah, with that vanilla Sank and vanilla Lumberjack, we as well were convinced that it was not shuffled, and then you just drop it on that Ganon, and it just blew our heads.
Like, yeah, we were actually talking about it not being entrance simply because we hadn't seen a shuffled Sanctuary entrance. I was in the middle of saying, okay, we either got very, very weird RNG to have vanilla Sank and vanilla Lumberjack, and then we look over and you're in Ganon. We're like, wait, what?
Oh. I didn't understand anything. Ganon, what's happening? Oh, it's entrance. How the heck is that possible? So I had in my mind, this must be Zero Crystal. Isn't Ganon supposed to say you haven't completed your goal, or what? What are you doing here? So when I got confirmed when I got to the pyramid, and so when I had the hammer, let's check where silvers are. And so I did a run with Ganon. He said on a high price. And is that Sora? Better check Sora then. And he had the silvers, of course. So should I look for more rupees? You got a potion? No, let's drop in there. And it was a very not the fastest Ganon because I was so cautious, and my hammer hits. I haven't played so much swordless, to be honest. And when I did, I probably have 15 hearts, red mail, and doesn't care about getting hit.
So welcome on in, Orange, as well. GG's.
GG's.
GG.
I just have one word to say overall. Whoops.
Is that referring to mashing through the Ganon text?
The immediate save and quit, followed by full clearing pod.
Yeah, that's something we did indeed notice. The text, because you were the first of the two to head into Ganon, with HayfieldBay going in after, and because you immediately save and quit, we didn't really know what was going on. And then later with HayfieldBay, we saw the fun fact, so then we realized, oh, this is actually Zero Crystal. does Orange know?
The answer was a resounding no. I had my hopes up when I saw the entrance shuffle, but when I checked the goal at the pyramid, my heart just sank. I was like, oh no.
And did it at any time cross either of your minds to perhaps check one of the other things you can check to see if it's a swordless seed, if any of those were possible, or were you, once you knew, were you set on, I'll just drop, once I feel ready, I'll just drop it on Ganon with the hammer and see what's what?
So I was actually looking for Master Sword because I didn't know if it was swordless or not. I just figured it was going to be a long seed, buried deep, and then I saw that zero crystal goal. I was like, oh no. So I hightail it to Zora, since that's what's in logic right now, get the silvers, and as soon as I see those silvers, I'm like, it's swordless.
So, I just wanted to cut in here real quick. We have some statisticians crunching the numbers in chat. If the math is correct here, there was a 56/100,000th% chance to roll this combination of seeds or modes on the seed. So I was gracious.
I was praying for bad settings. I was happy to see entrance shuffle. I was happy to see swordless. I was not happy to see a zero crystal fast Ganon.
Yeah. So I think I had the hammer. I didn't go immediately there. I think I checked some couple of more entrants, and then, let's check if the hammer does damage on Ganon, and it did. So.
Yeah, I think if I had the hammer after my cat loop, I probably would have dropped in a second time just to see if I can hit him. But I did not.
It was also slightly unfortunate that while both of you went into pod, Orange, you went into pod after you got the hammer, making it full clearable for you. While for HayfieldBay, when HayfieldBay was in there, we thought this is not beatable logic. This is beatable logic because he didn't get a single key.
So that was one of my other mistakes, and that was not noping out after getting a third item in pod. Because that should have been the red flag that this was beatable only.
Yeah, but I was confused. 0 keys? Okay, I guess I can't get further. It's beatable. or
I think I would have had
or could you go in, if it's beatable, you can use the hammer and... can it be keys further in? I don't know, really.
And
the very
logic is a finicky thing, really. Because of the discovery that if your hammer is in pod, there could be like a key in the dark maze or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just still kind of in shock that we actually got this combination of flags on the first matchup of the week. Oh, this is going to be a hard one to top.
It is so crazy settings. I have never gotten this crazy.
So we're starting off Mystery Week with a bang.
Yeah.
You can say that, yeah. Very, very fast bang.
Oh, also very nerve-wracking. Oh, the Ganon fight. Yeah, so I'm pretty glad I made it first try when I had the silvers, but it was pretty time-consuming. But so long as you make it, it's okay.
So we've still got plenty of action to come this week on Mystery Race, as you can see up on screen now. We've got one coming up here at 4:20 Eastern Time. We've got Oro versus WinFax. Wow. WinFox over on the ALTTPR League 2. And then we've got a Invitational League match on Speed Gaming at 6:10 tonight. Plenty of action Tuesday, Wednesday, and throughout the week. Oh,
Yeah, I'm excited.
being pointed out, that 420 might actually get moved to this channel since this one was over so quickly. Because, good gracious.
Yeah, the schedule is going to shuffle a lot this week. Matches that may not have initially been planned to be streamed may end up being streamed, or some may be cancelled, or channels may be changed because of how unpredictable the duration of these matches are.
Case in point.
Oh, yes. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see anything like this for the rest of the week, but that does not mean any of these other matches aren't going to be exciting to see as well, even those 3-hour ones that may be in there.
Well, I mean, we've got both Math Girl and Amarith as restreamers that can roll seeds, so never say never when those two are involved.
We're gonna get the most extreme versions on both ends of the spectrum, probably.
Oh my goodness! So yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of still boggling at the weights here, or what we hit, and I mean, this went so quickly, and we kept getting slapped in the face with another just ridiculous flag that I really didn't even have time to write down notes. So it's just like, yeah, what did you think of that? We've already kind of covered that. I guess we'll ask, what out of the 2 remaining regular season modes, what are you guys looking forward to?
Probably the Atomizer, because more co-op is great.
Yeah, same here. Atomizer co-op. Looking forward to
really very
that
very.
week.
I suppose that isn't a very interesting question, because it's 80 keys solo versus co-op Atomizer. Huh.
And you'll get plenty of 80 keys in playoffs.
Especially those keys without a spoiler log. Those are gonna be some long matches.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else to add before we send this one on home?
Thank you for restreaming and commentating, and GG's again. What a seed.
I don't think we're going to get anything more unlikely than this for the rest of the week. That's a pretty cold take, but...
Well, I mean, when you're dealing with figures like 56 100,000ths of a percent, I'd be inclined to agree. But like I said, anything can happen, especially when I know for a fact there are at least 2 restreamers on the Open League side of things that are infamous for their ability to roll nightmare seeds. So, we'll see about that one. So, thank you two for a well-fought race. Thank you to Mega Man MM2 NES cartridge for tracking for us today. Thank you to my co-commentator Rive for enjoying this really fast roller coaster ride of a seed with me. Thank you to Math Girl for producing the restream here on the ALTTPR League. Don't forget, plenty of league action still to come, both on here on the ALTTPR League and ALTTPR League 2 through 4, and Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. So until that next time, Rive, thanks for commentating with me. My name's been Westside Vandal, and have yourselves a good rest of your day.